Good morning, P7. It is Monday the 15th of March. I hope you're all keeping well and that you had a great weekend. So we're beginning another week of home remote learning. Hopefully we'll not have too many weeks left, okay? So this week we're going to look at length, and we're going to focus today on the relationship between centimetres and metres. So your learning objectives are that you're able to record measurements using decimal notation, so hopefully you remember what that is from our previous work. That you're able to convert lengths using different units of measurement, and that you can compare and order lengths. Okay, so once we complete all the little tasks included in this video, all of the learning objectives will become clear to you. Okay, so before we begin our length work, we're just going to look at some little revision tasks that are included on this slide here. So if you want to pause the video now before I get through the answers. Okay, in this first example, I don't think that you need a written method to do this. In fact, it's easier to do it mentally. So you've got 60,000, take away 600, okay? So you're going to have 59,400. Okay, and your answer is recorded like this. 59,400. Okay, much easier to do it mentally rather than in a written form. So 20 times 100, again, easier to do this here. So in previous work we looked at when you multiply, for example, this number 20, if you multiply this number by 10, you would add on a 0. But you're multiplying it by 100, so you're adding on 2 zeros, and the number becomes 2,000. Okay, the next question. So the next question shows a right angle, and you know that a right angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so we see an angle here of 70 degrees. What is the angle of x? So this 70 and the missing number have to total 90. So the missing number, therefore, the calculation is 90 take away 70, so your missing angle is 20 degrees. Okay. Now to work out the next answer, so each of the triangles stands for a total of 76. To work out one individual triangle, we would need to divide 76 by 4. Okay, so 4 into 7 goes once. 3 being your remainder. 4 into 36 goes 9 times. So one triangle is worth 19. Okay, so that helps us figure out the value of a square. So we know that going down here is a total of 63. We can take away the 19 for the triangle, which will leave us a total of 44. Now 44 is the value of 2 squares. We need to know the value of 1 square, so it's 44 divided by 2, and your square then is 22. Okay, so now we're going to look at writing lengths in other ways. So it's a very simple fact at the top of the slide. It says 100 centimetres equals 1 metre. So we are solely focusing on centimetres and metres today. We're not going to look at millimetres. And there's a little chart below that fact, and it breaks it up into the different ways of recording the same measurement. So the first one is in metres and centimetres, and it says 1 metre 25 centimetres. So if you look across to the right then, so 1 metre 25 centimetres in centimetres only is 125 centimetres. And the reason why it's 125 is because we know that this 1 metre represents 100. So if you put 125 together, you get 125 centimetres. In decimal notation then, it's 1.25 metres. And it's very important that you know why it's metres and not centimetres, okay? So if you'd by accident or by mistake wrote down 1.25 centimetres, you're basically saying that the measurement then is less than 2 centimetres. Okay, so the next one, 2 metres 56 centimetres is 256 centimetres, because it's 2 metres, 200 centimetres, add the 56, 256. Then it's 2.56 metres. Okay, so it's really important that you pay attention to these examples and see how they're written, so that you're able to complete the examples later on your own. So no metres 44 centimetres is just 44 centimetres because there isn't any metres, and 0.44 metres. Okay, 5 metres 9 centimetres is 509 centimetres. That's very straightforward. And then 5.09. Okay, hopefully in our previous work that we looked at decimal points and decimal notation, that you will remember the difference between 5.09 and 5.9. Okay, so 5.9 meters is 590 centimeters. Okay, and that's why this one is 5.09, because it's 5 meters and 9 centimeters, which is here. Okay, so this slide has a chart that's very similar to the previous examples on the previous table, and we're looking at the length of snakes, and they're written in different ways. Okay, so the first snake here is an adder, and it says 112 centimeters, or sorry, 1 meter and 12 centimeters, which is 112 centimeters, which is 1.12 meters. The next snake is a boa, and it says it's 2 meters and 34 centimeters. And what is that in total in just centimeters only? Okay, so in centimeters only, so it's 2 meters, which is 200 centimeters, and the 34, so it's 234 centimeters. Let's see if I can squeeze that in. So 234 centimeters. Okay then, so in B then, it's written in decimal form, decimal notation. So what would that be? So the 2 meters and 34 centimeters, or 234 centimeters, it is 2.34, and it's meters. Okay, 2.3 meters. So we have 2 full meters and 34 centimeters. Okay, I would like you to pause the video now, because I would like you to complete the remaining examples. So in this next question, you have to work backwards. So it's 4.06 meters. Now that's fairly easy when you're converting that into centimeters only, because you just need to remove the decimal point. So it becomes 406 centimeters. 406 centimeters. And then in meters and centimeters, it is 4 meters and 6 centimeters. Okay, now the next one, the cobra. So we know it's 328 centimeters. Now 328 centimeters is 3 meters. That accounts for the 300 centimeters. And 28 centimeters in decimal form, that is 3.28 meters. Okay, and not centimeters, meters. Okay, because it's 328 centimeters. So the viper is 2 meters 61. What is that in total of just centimeters? That's easy. So 261 centimeters, and in meters, or sorry, in decimal form, then it is 2.61 meters. Okay, the next one, the python, then again we have to work backwards. So it's 6.93 meters. So that is in centimeters only, it is 693 centimeters, and in meters and centimeters, it is 6 meters 93 centimeters. Okay, so this is introducing the recording of these measurements in a different way again. Okay, so I'll jump to 2 7/10 of a meter, which is 2.7. So last week we looked at rounding numbers to the nearest tenth. Okay, and his number has possibly been rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, so if you look at Jade here in the chart, Jade jumped 2 4/10 of a meter. Okay, so we know 1/10 of a meter is 10 centimeters. Okay, so 2/10 is going to be 20, and so on. So how many centimeters did Jade jump? Okay, so Jade jumped 2 meters and 4/10, which is 240 centimeters. Okay, but we're looking an answer in decimal form, so it's 2.4 meters. Okay, David jumped 3.6 meters. What is that in fraction form? So meters and tenths of meter, it is 3 6/10 of a meter. Okay, Anna then. Anna jumped 3 and 1/10 of a metre, so 3 metres and 1/10. So we know 1/10 is 10 centimetres. So in decimal form it's 3.1 metres. Okay, so now I would like you to pause the video and complete the last two examples on your own. Okay, so Lee jumped 2.9 metres. So in metres and tenths of metres, that would be 2 metres and 9/10. Sorry, I should have the metres over here rather than there. Stuart then jumped 4 5/10 of a metre. So in total centimetres it would be 450 centimetres. Decimal form then it would be 4.5 metres. Okay, so hopefully now you're ready for the next set of questions. Okay, so this slide has a task that basically tests our knowledge of the 4 different ways that we have looked at of recording the same measurement. Okay, now in order to do this, you need to convert each of the measurements into the same type of measurement. Okay, so for example, you can see that the first two are 123 centimetres. Next one's 1 minute 28 centimetres. So it's hard to compare them unless we actually change them. Okay, so I'm going to change them all to all of them to centimetres only. Okay, but you could do it in a different way. You could convert all of them to decimal. You could convert them into centimetres and metres. But this is the method I'm going to choose just for this one. So the first one is 123. So the next one I can convert into centimetres only. So 1 metre 28 is 128 centimetres. The next one, 1.2 metres. So 1/10 is 10 centimetres, 2/10 is 20. So this one is 120 centimetres. 1 1/4 metres. So a quarter of a metre is 25 centimetres. This one is 125 centimetres. 1 3/10 of metres, so the 3/10 is 30, so this is 130 centimetres. Now, this makes it much easier for me to put these in order, starting with the shortest. So the shortest one is 120 centimetres, this is number 1. Number 2 is 123. Number 3 is 1 1/4 metres. This is number 4, and this is number 5. Okay, now if I rub out those calculations and start it again, but this time I decide not to convert it into centimetres only, I decide to change it into a decimal. So this one would be 1.23 metres. This one would be 1.28 metres. This one is already in decimal form, so it's 1.2. This would be 1.25 metres, and this would be 1.3. Okay, and I would just go through the same process and order them in size, starting with the shortest. Okay, so it's up to you. Basically what I'm saying is up to you what you convert them to, or maybe you don't even need to go through that process. For me, it makes it easier, and you may find it easier. Okay, so I want you to pause the video now because I want you to complete the second example here on the slide on your own. Okay, so this time I'm going to convert these into metres and centimetres, okay? So if I convert this into metres and centimetres, this would be 3 metres, 75 centimetres. This would be 3 metres, 80 centimetres. This would be 3 metres, 72 centimetres. This is 3 metres, 50 centimetres. And this is 3 metres, 70 centimetres. Okay, so this makes it much easier now for me to put them in order of size from the longest this time. So the longest then, this is number 1, 3.8. The next one then is number 2, this one, 3 metres 75. Then we've got this one, this is number 3, 372. This is number 4, it's 303 meters 70, and this is number 5. So I'm hoping that now you're ready for your your assignment, and that you remember that if your answer requires a decimal point, that you make sure you use a full stop to put it in. Okay, good luck.